It's time for the AM News, and in our first story, the National Peace Council has called for a ceasefire in Bawku after renewed clashes led to the death of about 3 persons. The council, through a statement, has urged the Upper East Regional Council to investigate the incident while operating lines of dialogue among feuding parties to cool heads. According to Chairman of the Council, Reverend Dr. Ernest Edu-Jemfe, the sure way of ensuring peace is to resuscitate the Bawku Inter-Ethnic Peace Committee, whose track record proved that they were able to maintain the peace between 2013 and 2017. We'll have more on this later on the show. Away from that, Western Region Police is said to arraign 3 students charged with murder and robbery for burning to death a barge driver who was also a Navy officer at Sekindi Bakano. The students have confessed to attempting to steal the deceased vehicle. They told the police they poured fuel on his vehicle and burnt him to death when he resisted their attack. PRO for the Western Region Police Command, DSP Olivia Adeku, confirmed the incident to Joy News.
On 24th, around 5 p.m., our officers from our regional intelligence and operational unit were able to track and arrest 3 persons by name Patrick Bedu, he is age 18 years. Joseph Lord Ni Ajay Oniku, he is age 17 years. And Adolf Esen, 18. They are all students in Sekindi Takradi here. When they were arrested, they confessed that they were the people who set AB1 Otri's car ablaze. According to them, they wanted to steal the vehicle and sell it. But when they asked him to hand over the car, he was resistant. As a result, they poured fuel on him and set him ablaze. Unfortunately, the AB1 Otri has passed on. But so once a crime has been committed, we still have to continue with the investigation. They are currently in our custody and they will be sent to court tomorrow.
Has any charges been leveled against them as of now?
Yeah, definitely, to be robbery and murder.
Private legal practitioner Ketu has described as strange and not enforceable a police warning to pastors and other religious leaders against prophecies that are likely to cause fear and panic and disturb public peace. The caution by the police comes ahead of the annual watch night services held across the country, often characterized by prophecies. The police say while freedom of religion is guaranteed under the Constitution, the communication of prophecies of harm, danger and death by some religious leaders can cause tension in society. Mr. Pencil warns that any attempt by the state through the police to control the terrain of prophecies will infringe on the rights to freedom and religion and freedom of speech.
I really have my doubt if there is a proper legal basis for the police statement. I can see the police statement as any statement, any advice that any public interested body may wish to convey to the citizens or to people of this country. It's like anybody advising a pickpocket that around Christmas there's a lot of pickpocketing and we are even more alert than ordinary times, and if you engage in pickpocketing, this is what we do. But the difficulty about the police statement as I find it is generally about the difficulty about enforcing speech, what to say, what not to say. Don't forget that with not only criminal aspect of it, we also have the civil aspect of freedom of speech. So my freedom to speak will not permit me to, for instance, defame you. The difficulty is whether a court of law, for instance, can make an order directed to me not to defame you. There can be no such power of the court. But as soon as I defame the person, the course of action arises. In the same way with prophecies, indeed, dealing with these ones, we are even getting into spiritual matters. And the whole idea of what somebody is likely to say to find himself liable in criminal conviction for a statement that he has made is quite murky. That's the way I will put it. Because the idea, or what the police said, indeed, legislation exists for speech, hate speech, speeches or statements that are likely to create panic and fear and so forth and so on. But the crunch, the real issue is the ability of the police or any complainant to demonstrate that any particular speech or any particular statement that anybody made created fear and panic. And that's the difficulty. It has not happened, to my knowledge, whether anybody has even been convicted in this country for any kind of speech, especially with regard to a church activity.
In other stories, the Ketu South Municipal Assembly, led by the MCE Maxwell Lugodo, has led residents in the municipality in a clean-up and street-sweeping exercise to make Ketu South the cleanest municipality in the country. Now, this is the first of its kind in the municipality to help rival other neighboring cities, including the capital of Togo, Lome. Volta regional correspondent Ivy Setoji has more in the following report.
The exercise is aimed at making the municipality the cleanest in the country. The exercise started on Saturday, the 27th of November 2021, has a street sweeper truck that started the cleaning from the main Aplau border and now at Aguzume. According to the MCE for Ketu South, Mr. Maxwell Lugodo, it is very necessary to have residents committed to making sure that the environment are always clean. He mentioned that the municipality is well positioned as a major traveler hub in the Volta region and Ghana as a whole.
We are so lucky to have a border that when you cross to the other country, you are going straight to their capital. So there is a competition here, in quotes, because when you enter into Togo, it means you're entering into Lome, the capital city of Togo. It's so beautiful. So we, the neighbors that are closer to, we also have to be so clean. So that is something I'm not joking with. Our beaches are one of the most beautiful beaches. We can compare here to Labadi, because Labadi, you know, their sun. You can see our sun are goldish in color, but Labadi's suns are white and, you know, so we even have that advantage. But unfortunately, our beaches are used for open defecation. It's so sad.
Aside from sweeping exercise, pavements were also painted with plants to have flower pots positioned at vantage points for beautification purposes for the Christmas and the New Year, and also have lights fixed at the border.
Yes, as I'm talking to you now, tomorrow when you come here, I have the electricians working on this. So we're going to remove the top and change, you know, because of the salt, most of them are rusted, that is why they are not functioning. But I'm seriously working on it. Trust me. 3 days time, if you come here, you see all the street lights working fine.
Residents who spoke to Joy News were happy about the initiative and promised to ensure that the streets remain clean and tidy always.
We know that he's here to work. So what I want to do, what we want to say is, we should help him so that what he has, we do it.
This is a step in the right direction. We are going to engage the Zoom Lions because they have been tasked to always to sweep the road. And so we will engage them and ensure that no one filters the environment.
It must be noted that Mr. Lugodo, after his confirmation as MCE, pledged to make Ketu South the cleanest municipality in the country. Ivy Setoji, Joy News, Aplau.
The New Patriotic Party's 2020 parliamentary candidate for the Bawku Central constituency, Gabiana Agbanwa Abugui, is using this period to promote a peaceful coexistence in the constituency. The former PC propagated her message after organizing a feast to bring the people together on Christmas Eve. Upper East regional correspondent Abasori visited Madame Gabiana at her home in Bawku and came through with this report.
Despite the recent tensions which forced the Ministry of Interior to impose a curfew on the Bawku municipality, Christmas Eve was a normal, peaceful day. The curfew was still in force between the hours of 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. However, there was no sense of any tension in the atmosphere as people went about their everyday activities. Inside the home of Madam Gabiana Agbanwa Abuguri, women were busy preparing assorted meals for the Christmas. But these meals were not just for her family. She was inviting all people in the area, irrespective of their ethnicity, religious or political background, to share a Christmas meal with her at her home.
As a Christian within the Muslim community, especially coming from a Muslim background, I should have a very big Christmas for everybody. Wherever you are coming from, the whole Bawku, it's not only anywhere you are coming from, even strangers that comes down here to come to hospital, they direct them and they come here. So I've seen it as a privilege to prepare food, to make everybody come. You come here, you come and eat the food that you want. We will be having something like TZ, we have rice balls, we have rice and stew, we have jollof, we have tubani, we have benku, we have rice soup. So when you come, whatever food that you are eating, you eat. And if you are coming from a village, you take home again. And you eat, you drink a drink of your choice.
Gabiana Agbanwa Abuguri was the New Patriotic Party's parliamentary candidate for the 2020 elections. She feels that as a mother and leader, it is her responsibility to do something, to speak up and call for peace in Bawku. She believes that sharing a meal brings people closer to each other.
If you all believe that we are children of God, let us let love lead us. The problems that we are having in Bawku doesn't promote peace. It doesn't promote unity. It doesn't promote love. I am praying that this Christmas that we are having, since this conflict, the shooting incident came with this kind of untold hardship on the people will use this season. I am praying that this season will bring peace, everlasting peace to Bawku. Will bring unity. We will see each other as one.
The women who support Madam Gabiana joined her to call for peace in Bawku.
Just during these shootouts and stuffs that happened in Bawku, I was a student nurse and I was doing my clinicals in the Bawku hospital. And when it happened, all our seniors ran away. There was nobody in the hospital. The hospital was left empty. So we are calling for peace. We want the people of Bawku to help and stop the violence and things that are happening in Bawku.
So we call for peace during the conflict, and then when people were running up and down, we were still there to help the people of Bawku. Though it wasn't easy, it's our prayer that everything should come down.
We want peace. So please and please and please, we want peace in Bawku. This Christmas, we don't want any violence. We want peace.
What do you want?
We want peace.
What do you want?
We want peace.
So we want peace.
We want peace.
Madam Gabiana Agbanwa Abuguri says everyone in Bawku is invited to stop by at her home for a Christmas meal. Albert Sorry, Joy News, Bawku.
And that's it for the AM News. For more news, you can log into myjoyonline.com. The newspaper review is up next, so stay tuned.